willing to go before you reach all your selfish goals. Punchline after punchline, leaving us sore, leaving us sore.
I turned on to I realised that the towers were pulled and the Pentagon with only 3 or 4 frames. That's all we saw in the mainstream media. And you had to ask the question, there's got to be something behind it. And for a few years there, I didn't even worry about it. And then being a skydiver, I thought I'll get onto YouTube. I only just discovered YouTube 20 months ago. And realised that there was a documentary called Loose Change, which completely turned my world around.
Can I just ask you what do you think about the Australian, I guess, involvement in the war on terror and the kind of the use of 9/11 in the context of Australian politics and law enforcement? Because we've had quite a lot of references to it over the years, and even quite recently, the Police Commissioner Mick Keelty brought up 9/11 at a speech in Adelaide, where he was saying that because of 9/11. The nature of the way we prosecute criminals generally is going to be changing, and I think he said something like the nature of evidence itself is going to change, because we're going to be actually intercepting crimes at a very early stage before they've even been committed.
Tom Cruise made a movie on that.
Yeah, it was called Minority Report, and
That's right.
It was a science fiction theme based on a story by Philip K. Dick, and
Thought crimes.
Yeah. The theme of the story is that in a futuristic society, criminals are actually intercepted before they commit the crime. Although in the science fiction story, this is achieved by I think some sort of ESP, whereas the current plan underway by the Homeland Security seems to be that they're going to be using these sensors, these sort of technology, this sort of plethora of technology that senses your heart rate, your breathing, your electroconductivity, anything like that as you're walking through a public place.
Sniffer dogs being able to pick up a sense of anxiety for whatever reason. It's all there. We're basically lining ourselves up like lemmings, and unless we wake up and draw a line in the sand and actually come out and tell the truth and be prepared to digress from the mainstream media and really have a look at what's happening around you, welcome to the New World Order.
I think it's a revolution of the heart and mind, firstly, because I think the revolution that has to occur is in the way we think, and I think that will lead to a change in the order, a change in the way the world is run. I think it's very important, though, for people to understand first, because a lot of the really important effect of the 9/11 Truth Movement and what it can achieve has been achieved by people actually understanding that they are capable of thinking for themselves. Could you just give a quick recap on what just occurred in the last 10 minutes?
There was a complaint from the town hall that led to the ranger and an official from City Hall or Town Hall to come out and let us know that because of the public risk, we require a permit to have anything that stands on the footpath. They own the footpath, and anything that touches the footpath, that's like a table or a structure or a banner. Even though banner, we can't have the banner like that, we have to lift it off the ground.
I just want to know if you guys are aware of any legislation that's currently in place that prohibits setting up of a card table on a public street.
You're not allowed to have a card table, and the maximum number of people you can have around is like 6 people.
Which legislation is this? Because I've never come across this.
I've read this before. It was on 9/11 laws, like that side.
Apparently there is some legislation about having a table. The table is an issue. I don't think standing together is an issue, from what I understand.
Touching the sidewalk.
Oh, okay, right. So
we have to elevate that somehow.
All right. So as long as we, I guess, adhere to the rules of protest or information, I guess we'll be all right.
So there's a problem with the banner touching the sidewalk.
Yeah, I guess attaching it to the. I'm not sure. Yeah.
So if we lift the banner like an inch off the ground, it's okay?
Yeah, maybe we should put the banner on our backs and have like.
How about we just hold it?
We're just here at the town hall where we've been requested to fold up our card table, and we've also been instructed that the banner which we are currently using has some problems associated with it due to council regulations. Apparently the feet of the banner must not touch the ground. Sounds like a very mysterious and somewhat mystical kind of rule, but so be it.
I think this whole movement, this whole effort is above 9/11, okay? I think this is a perfect opportunity for people to open their eyes to an issue that really transcends left-right bickering, that really transcends, I guess, political polemic, to something that is and always has been hovering above our heads and controlling society, controlling politics. And yeah, I really think this is an opportunity for people to wake up and get informed, because after all, an informed populace is what keeps a society safe.
This is a beautiful banner that Nick has created. Nick, would you like to say a few words about how you created that banner?
Very easily with A4 and some ink I bought from eBay.
Policeman is standing there. Unusual for a policeman to be just standing there like that. He sort of knows he's being filmed now, but I don't know, he seems pretty cool.
I have different views to him. We have debates on this stuff. I have different views to him in terms of, say, voice modulation. We're all unified here by the fact that we're not being told everything.
Yeah.
And because of that lie or withholding information, we now have a war on terror. We have a war on our rights.
Yeah.
Right? Patriot Act, Australian anti-terror bill. Right? We have a decreasing US dollar. Right? We have people afraid of a Muslim walking straight towards you. You know. And if all that is based on a lie or misinformation, that's something that I find personally very offensive.
Yeah.
That's all. That's what unifies us here.
Yeah.
Right?
Today the police were just taking down details. They said to us,
Really?
yeah, apparently they need to record who's protesting and why. And I said why? They actually asked for the ringleader, the head guy. At which I said we were a collective of people. There is no leader. John then saw that the tension was building and then stepped in. Luckily, because I probably would have gotten arrested or something. And then they said to me, I said, why do you have to take down our details? And as John was giving the ID over, and John, they told us that because we were protesting outside Town Hall. And I said, well, what if we were protesting outside McDonald's? Would that make a difference? And they said, no. So I guess Town Hall made no difference at all. I just said, apparently if you protest now, the government needs to know who you are. So, fingers crossed.